Hi everyone, welcome to the next episode of Illumination. I'd just like to say thank you to the beautiful people who posted comments for last week's reading. It was so appreciated to hear that you really felt some support through the reading, and it was so lovely to connect with you in that way. So thank you so much, and I'm very excited that this is actually blossoming into something that can be really supportive for everyone. And I hope everyone had an amazing week last week. I know we had an extra special week with a very special full moon that was very potent. Where I live here on the Gold Coast in Australia, we actually couldn't see the full moon on that night. We had cloud cover, and then we've had quite a bit of rain ever since. I think the reason for that was to actually soften the energy for us here in Australia, perhaps. Maybe in other parts of Australia people were able to see it, but on the eastern side of Australia there was quite a lot of cloud cover. So obviously a lot of releasing going on, but I have felt it's also been a very powerful time for manifestation as well, so becoming very clear about our goals and knowing what it is we desire to manifest this year. So there will be some more information that I'll be able to present to you this year about how we can focus on our heart's true desires and the steps that we can take to bring that to manifestation fairly quickly, so that we can enjoy the type of life that we truly would love to live. And so February is all about love. So that's obviously the theme of February. Obviously with Valentine's Day coming up, the theme is very much focused on romantic love. However, romantic love always starts with loving yourself first. So what I thought we would do is use the Romance Angels Oracle cards by Dorian Virtue to pull a card for the overall theme for the month of February to see what perhaps our focus can be with regard to love. So we'll do that first. So I'm just going to give the cards a bit of a shuffle and just ask what the overall theme for the month of February 2018 is for us. Ooh. These cards popped out, so I think this is the one for us. And it's very interesting. It is the Children card. So I'll just show you this card. It's a very beautiful card with two beautiful children on it. And the message is your love life is being affected by children. Now, I know myself personally, I have a beautiful daughter, and your life changes dramatically once you have children. It can affect the entire dynamic of your family in so many beautiful ways, and in other ways that perhaps we don't always expect and know how to navigate. And I also feel that this card also relates to our inner child. So with love, it's so important to love your inner child. When your inner child is happy, you will have an amazing, beautiful life. Your inner child loves to be playful and be innocent and express itself in creative ways. And as adults, we often forget the importance of play and fun. And children remind us of that constantly, especially my daughter. She's always wanting to play and, just to have so much fun and not taking anything too seriously, which we tend to do as adults. So perhaps we can all bring a bit more playfulness and fun into our lives in the month of February, focusing on our inner child. And perhaps if you have children in your life, play with them, have a bit of fun, go out, do fun activities, just reconnect with your children, or perhaps if you're a caretaker of children, become more involved. I know it's so easy as a parent as well to be asked by your children to participate in something playful, and then we always say, oh, I have something more important to do, or I have something adult or parent-like to do. And I forget that she's actually, when my daughter is inviting me to actually be playful and to allow my inner child out to have some fun. So that's really quite an exciting focus for us. You know, it's very, very important that we nurture our playful side. So that's the overall themes for February 2018. And then I thought what we would do is we would use the beautiful Guardian Angel Tarot cards for our weekly reading. I love these cards. They're so beautiful, gentle and sweet and soft in their energy. And they give us a sense of being loved by our guardian angels. We all have guardian angels with us. The number can vary, and most people have 2, maybe up to 3 guardian angels with them at any given time. We're all born with guardian angels at birth, when we birth onto the earth. So this deck just reminds us to also reconnect with our beautiful beloved guardian angels that are around us all the time, just waiting to help us. They know us intimately ever since before our conception here on earth. They know what we have come to do, what our mission, what our purpose is, and all of our gifts and our talents, and how they can help us to blossom and thrive and to share our beautiful gifts and talents and wisdom with the world. So I'll just give them a shuffle now, and we'll just see what the message is for this week's. Very big deck again. I think it's got 78 cards in the deck, and just takes a bit of getting used to shuffle so many. We need to give them a bit of shuffle so that we get the perfect message for this week. So the first card, I'm just going to pull. The first card is for Monday, Tuesday of this week. The second card is going to be for Wednesday, Thursday. And the third card's going to be for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So let's see what this week holds for us energetically, and what do our messages the angels have for us, including our guardian angels. So the first card is the Messenger of Thought. And this is the Messenger of Thought. Beautiful card. Now this talks about a new topic or intellectual project is really exciting for you. There's so much to learn before you feel ready to move forward. New information may require changes to your plans. Review your documents carefully. Oh wow, so we'll meet or are someone who loves to learn and share knowledge, and this person is brilliant and truthful, but also blunt and not very diplomatic. So the Messenger of Thought is all about bringing intellectual messages through, and a focus on using our thought processes to manifest something in our lives. We manifest the fastest those experiences that excite us. So when we bring a feeling of excitement, passion for something, it comes to fruition really, really fast. If it's something that doesn't really interest us, then you might take, quite a lot of time to come to fruition, or may not come to fruition at all, because there's no energy fueling the manifestation. It also talks about, maybe you have contracts or documents that you're looking at this week. So it's all about just taking the time to review everything very carefully, and about sharing our wisdom with the world. So the Messenger of Thought is obviously a messenger of wisdom, of divine guidance. So be open perhaps to messages coming to you this week in various forms, as there will be some insights and inspiration that perhaps comes from those messages. And also just perhaps be open to understanding that sometimes the messages can come across as quite direct, especially if we haven't been listening to the messages coming through from the universe. However, please listen to the message and don't focus so much on the messages. Sometimes people may deliver messages in ways that can feel a little bit overwhelming, and we may misinterpret based on the way the message is delivered. But please just focus in on the message, and I'm sure you will receive the insights that are coming towards you. So that's the Monday, Tuesday. So very, very interesting message there. Wednesday, Thursday. Oh, we have another thought card, 2 of Thought. So it's a beautiful card there, the man. Oh, boy and a girl. Oh, and maybe a man and a woman, and he's holding a bunch of flowers. How interesting, because of course Valentine's Day is all about receiving roses, and they do look like roses, so a bunch of roses, and he's standing behind this woman with this gift for her, but she's got her back turned to him. So interesting. So 2 of Thoughts. 2 of Thought is all about the angels have noticed that you're not moving forward. You have multiple options that you're reviewing, and you seem to be unable to choose. Ask your angels for signs as to what direction to take, or just listen to your own inner voice. Deep down, you know what to do. So perhaps in the middle of the week, we may be feeling a little bit stuck or stagnant, or not really sure which way to move in whatever area of life we're focused upon. It could be in the area of romance and relationships. We're not really sure whether we should move forward or pursue a love interest, or perhaps someone who's presented themselves for us to move into a relationship with. It could be other areas of your life like career or finances, health. 2 of Thought is very much focused on understanding that you do have help at hand. Your angels are always there for you, and all you need to do is be open to asking for their help and then receiving their divine guidance, and then taking the action steps to move in the direction that you desire. So it might be a time slowing down in the middle of the week and just reviewing which way we perhaps would like to go. What is it that inspires our heart to open? What is it we love to do? And that's going to be the highest option. Whatever our heart feels called to do, that is the highest direction to take. So very interesting for middle of the week and Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Wow. 3 of Thought. We've got a lot of thought cards this week, so very much an intellectual focus. So the 3 of Thought card is a picture of just a beautiful angel. See the white roses on the card. And it says, the loving angels surround you to heal and comfort you. The sadness you feel will fade away in time, and then you'll be able to see clearly how important this situation has been for your spiritual growth. Take the time you need to forgive yourself and others so that you can embrace the future with joy. So this card talks a little bit about perhaps sadness over perhaps a loss of some kind, but you have angels around you to call upon to comfort you and nurture you and help to heal that grief and that sadness that you might feel. I always find that beneath the sadness there's a strength and there's inspiration and insight that comes. And often we may be sad that we're letting go of something that we felt that we valued, or was valuable to us and to our growth. But it would not have fallen away out of your life if you weren't ready for something new. So it's time to let go of the old, to allow the new in, and trust that you are being guided perfectly at all times, and you are so loved by your guardian angels. They're always around you to call upon. And this card also talks about forgiveness. So forgiveness needs to start with ourselves. We often can be quite hard on ourselves for perhaps the choices that we made, but we need to realise and understand that we did the best that we could with the information that we had at the time. And so does everybody else. So extending forgiveness to ourselves first and then to other people. So I think the theme of forgiveness came up last week as well. So obviously this is something that we really need to take note of. And there is very much a focus on our intellectual thought processes at the moment. So, which I feel is very relevant to me. So perhaps you can feel that same application in your own life as well. So it does seem like it's a matter of just trusting that if we focus on positive, uplifting thoughts and think about what it is our heart truly desires, because again, February is all about love and loving ourselves first and foremost, knowing that love is waiting for us. You know, if that young girl just turns around, there's a bunch of beautiful roses coming from someone who truly loves her. So love is always available to us and it's always flowing through us. So first of all, if we allow love to flow through us and out through our heart and out into the world, we are loving ourselves first and then we are loving everybody else as well. So love is a pure energy that flows through the heart and can touch and change so many people and so many lives in so many beautiful ways. And I find often praying for ourselves and for others to receive the love that they need is so uplifting and so supportive. So a very amazing week ahead. And I also wanted to talk, because we have the theme of love running through the month of February 2018, I also wanted to talk about the red rose, which can help us to open our heart if we are a little bit too focused on intellectual thought and forgetting to also rest in our heart and do what we love. So from the Flower Therapy Oracle card deck by Robert Reeves, I have pulled out the red rose card. And this is such a beautiful image of a red rose. The interesting thing about flower therapy is that you actually don't need to work with the physical flowers to receive their healing support. So you can actually work with photos of flowers. So if you do receive red roses for Valentine's Day, or you even gift yourself with a red rose, which is such a beautiful gift to give to yourself, that obviously is the ultimate experience, is to work with a physical flower. You can also work with the image of the red rose. And perhaps you can ask the red rose if it can share with you its loving vibration of pure divine love and help you to open your heart. Because when you open your heart to love, amazing things can come into your life that reflect that love and infuse you with that love. So it's an effervescent, everlasting, infinite flow of loving energy that passes through you out into the world, and then you receive it from the world as well. So we need to keep that loving energy flowing, like the infinity symbol. When energy flows, it expands, it gives, it receives, and everything needs to remain in balance. So overgiving can actually result in an imbalance, and over-receiving can result in an imbalance. And we need to come back to our heart center and give and receive in balance so that the universe and our world stays in balance as well. So perhaps you would like to work with the image of the red rose this week to prepare yourself to open your heart to more love, more abundant love. And as this card says, your potential for greater love rests in opening your heart. So blockages and wounds from your past will be healed and you'll be met with the true passion you seek. So then, like I was saying with the children, we want to move into that place where we're doing something that we love, that's fun, that's playful, that we're passionate about, and truly resonates with our heart's true desires. So very much a focus on the heart. I can see this week that focus has been very much on the mind, but we always need to remember also that while we're learning about how to give and receive love on this planet, it's so important just to come back to the simplicity of resting in our heart and giving and receiving love unconditionally, so that everyone receives that true and pure loving energy that is available to us always in abundance. It's eternal and it's infinite. It never runs out. So I hope this was an enlightening reading for you this week, and I hope that you truly enjoy the week ahead, knowing that everything is in divine perfection. And I would love to receive your comments of how you felt this reading resonated with you and if it inspired you. And also feel free, please, to leave your questions for your mini angel readings that I will then record during next week's reading at the bottom of this post. And I would love to connect with the angels for you and bring through the messages that hopefully help you to receive the insights and inspiration and enlightenment that helps you to move forward with your life, because obviously we don't want to stay stuck. We want to move forward in a direction that really helps our hearts to open and allow that beautiful love to shine through and embrace the entire world with this love. So thank you so much for joining me for this week's episode of Illumination, and I really look forward to receiving your comments and your questions for the angels as well, and look forward to seeing you next week. And I wish you a beautiful and magical week, and I do hope that you start to feel the love that the universe has for you in every way. Okay, we'll see you next time. Bye.